Hi guys, it's Per's Illustrations here. So you saw the title, you know the rundown. For today's video, I'm going to be continuing a series on my channel where I turn aquatic creatures into character designs. This is actually part 2. So if you would like to see the first part I did, I'll make sure to leave the info card on the top right. So you guys know the rundown, so let's just jump right on into it. So we are starting off with the Peacock Mantis Shrimp, also known as the Harlequin's Mantis Shrimp, the Painted Mantis Shrimp, the Clown Mantis Shrimp, or the Rainbow Mantis Shrimp. This colorful crustacean primarily lives in the Indian Ocean, and they are mostly known not only for their colorful appearance, but they are also known for their ability to see polarized light and their powerful punch. According to scientists, the Peacock Mantis Shrimp is the only animal in the animal kingdom that can see polarized light. For context, humans can only process 3 channels of color: red, green, and blue, and this animal can perceive the world through 12 channels of color and can detect ultraviolet and polarized light. And for those that don't know, this animal has the strongest punch in the animal kingdom. It's faster than the bullet of a gun, and it's so strong that it can break aquarium glass, which I didn't know this. Did any of you know this? Because I didn't know this. Like, imagine you're in a car, and imagine you're driving 50 to 60 miles per hour. Yeah, imagine going from 0 to 60 in milliseconds. Yeah. So from this fact, I knew that I wanted to turn this character into a boxer. I kind of felt disappointed at first because I didn't really think my end result matched the idea in my head. Artists out there get this feeling. Then I realized that looking at this freaking thing, you wouldn't suspect this animal to be so powerful because I didn't know they had the strongest punch in the animal kingdom. So I designed my character to have a bit of a smaller frame, and with how colorful this animal is, I gave her a darker skin tone to make the colors pop out more. This animal is seen with very small patches on its skin, so I decided to give this character vitiligo. I gave her rainbow colored hair, and I gave her space buns to capture the silhouette of the shrimp's eyes. I gave her blue eyes, and to capture the pinkness in the shrimp's eyes, I added a pink lighting to the character. For the clothes, I of course gave her a tank top and some shorts, because boxing, of course. Apparently in boxing there are 5 colors for the gloves: black, white, yellow, red, and blue. I originally made her clothes blue, but after researching I found that red is a more aggressive color, and I thought that this would fit her character more. And other than that, here she is, and I'm so sorry that I didn't record the sketch part. I swear I did. I don't know, Clip Studio's weird. The second animal we are going to talk about is the Christmas tree worm, and honestly, this isn't going to take long, and I'll get to why in a second, because what did I say? This isn't going to take long. So this Christmas tree worm is a creature that sits on corals, and they are known for protecting corals from growing a lot of algae and from invasive sea stars. But at the same time, in my concept stage, I got absolutely nothing. I didn't know what to do at the time, and even as I'm typing this out, I have been experiencing art block on a few occasions, and I'm even experiencing art block right now. And when I got to the Christmas tree worm, I got nothing. I looked at this little lad, and I got nothing. My brain empty. My brain out the window. Dead. Non-existent. Deceased. So the only thing that I could think of was to put her in the same universe as my Barjaband Seahorse character design. So she's going to a masquerade ball. And for those that don't know about this design, info card right there. So I gave her a dress with layers that are attached to the dress, and I designed it so that it looked similar to the actual layers of a Christmas tree worm. I saw a very pretty pink and purple one, and I decided to use those colors for the dress. I gave this character blue eyes with a little bit of pink makeup to, of course, stay within the color palette. I gave her light brown hair, and I gave her short hair with a bun up top to still keep that same Christmas tree sort of silhouette. And then other than that, I gave her a mask, a pair of gloves, and she was ready. Here she is, and yeah, that's about it. The next animal we are talking about is the sea angel. This creature is a swimming snail, but they actually don't have a shell. They live in deep waters in the Arctic Ocean, and they live about 2,000 feet beneath the ocean. They were discovered by a German naturalist in 1676 by Friedrich Martens. Although they look very beautiful, they are actually predators, and they use their buccal cones to help catch their prey. I have seen a few people make character designs from the sea angel, so here's my crack at it. A lot of the articles that I read described the movements of sea angels as rhythmic dancers, so that's the route that I took with this character. I gave this character a pose that is similar to a dancer, and I gave her a crown made out of seashells to capture the top of a sea angel's head. Also, to go with the dance look, I put a bunch of shells in her hair, and I gave her a bunch of pearls throughout her hair and on her dress. Onto her dress, I gave her a dress that is low in the front and long in the back, and I gave it a yellow to blue gradient. Apparently the yellow part that you see is actually the sea angel's organs being exposed, because their skin is transparent. If you glance at a sea angel closely, they have these tiny dots all over its body, so I gave this character some freckles in a few places. Finally, to capture the silhouette of the sea angel's wings, I gave this character a short cape that is attached to the wrists. To also capture the small dots throughout a sea angel's body, I added glitter to the cape. So here she is, and I think she is my favorite design out of this whole video. The final animal that we are talking about is the flamingo tongue snail. This little marine snail can be found living on coral reefs in the western Atlantic Ocean. Those patchy colors that you see on the tongue snail actually aren't from the snail's shell at all. It's actually their skin tissue that wraps around the shell. A few more facts on this character: the flamingo tongue snail can grow up to 2 to 3 centimeters long. So for context, that's like the size of your finger. Almost like the blue sea dragon, which is a creature I talked about in part 1, the flamingo tongue snail can absorb the toxins from toxic corals, absorb them, and they can use it as a defense mechanism. Just like the Christmas tree worm, I got no inspiration from this. I'm so sorry. Again, art block has been absolutely killing me. So I decided to also turn this character into someone who's going to a masquerade ball. So I actually am pretty proud with how this design turned out. So of course, the patches on the flamingo tongue snail with the orange and black outline, they immediately caught my eye. So I imagined this character with having hair that just completely drapes over her body. I thought it would capture the way the tongue snail skin tissue wraps around their shell. And to capture the shell, I gave this character a glittery dress that wraps around her body. I gave her bright blue eyes, and I gave her long lashes to represent the horns by their eyes. Apparently they're called sensory organs, but I like horns. Finally, I gave her a necklace with beads that represent the shape of a tongue snail's shell. I gave her gloves to go with her dress, and I gave her a mask, and she is ready for this masquerade ball. Here she is, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. So that concludes part 2 of me turning aquatic creatures into character designs. Here are all of the designs I did for this video, and here are also the designs that I did for part 1 as well. I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for staying until the end as well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!